hours of negotiations with police. Good evening, I'm Charity Bell. Tonight we begin with a breaking news update. Hannibal police arrested 37-year-old John Morton after they say he barricaded himself in an apartment. WGEM's Madison Norris spoke with officials and neighbors who had to vacate the area. She reports the details.
There's just a lot of screaming. It was real scary.
Sierra Lucky woke up to screams this morning, alarmed to police knocking at her door.
Police everywhere, guns everywhere. It's real hectic.
Hannibal police responded to a disturbance in the 100 block of North 11th Street. Chief Jacob Naki says when officers arrived, they found 37-year-old John Morton barricaded inside an apartment.
Brought in our special response team for the safety of the residents. We evacuated the area of the floor that the subject was located on.
After about 8 hours, police took Morton into custody on 2 felony warrants.
And after several hours of negotiations, we were able to make contact with the subject, and he eventually came out peacefully.
During negotiations, police say they had some tenants evacuate the building for their safety.
Unsafe, scared for my life.
Lexi Williams is a next-door neighbor to where Morton was barricaded.
They just came upstairs to my apartment and they just asked me if it was okay if they could drill a camera in my apartment, a hole in my apartment.
Naki says they didn't have to use the cameras in this case.
No, we like to leave those options available.
Naki said they didn't cause any damage to the apartments and no one got hurt in the incident.
We didn't have to forcibly make entry to any of these rooms. We did open some screens on the exterior side of the building just so that we could get a better vantage point of the room that we were looking at, but we didn't have to cause any damage.
Neighbors like Lucky and Williams say they woke up startled this morning, but are glad the altercation is over at the end of the day. Madison Norris, WGEM News, Hannibal.
Police say Morton was arrested on previous warrants and is being held in the Marion County Jail. They say additional charges could still be sought.